Hey guys! Welcome to another football video. Today, we're going to talk about the greatest football players in World Cups. Those who marked the era with their incredible skills and unforgettable achievements. So for more videos like this, leave your like and subscribe. Kylian Mbappé is a French soccer player who has become one of the sport's biggest stars in recent years. He made his World Cup debut in 2018 in Russia when he was just 19 years old, and quickly emerged as one of the tournament's most talented and promising players. Mbappé was a key part of the France squad that won the 2018 World Cup. He scored 4 goals throughout the tournament, including one in the final against Croatia, and was named the competition's best young player. In addition to his goals, Mbappé also stood out for his ability on the ball, speed, and ability to create attacking plays. He was instrumental for France in several games, including a 4-3 win over Argentina in the round of 16, in which he scored 2 goals, and was a constant threat to the opposition defense. At just 19, Mbappé had already become one of the stars of the 2018 World Cup, and was instrumental in France winning its second world title. He proved to be an incredibly talented and skilled player, and is considered by many to be one of the best young players in the world, as he almost took France to a double 4 years later, were it not for the penalties against Argentina. Pelé is considered by many to be the greatest football player of all time, and his World Cup career certainly contributed to that reputation. Pelé played in 4 World Cups, in 1958, 1962, 1966, and 1970, and was one of the highlights in each of them. In his first World Cup, in 1958, in Sweden, Pelé was only 17 years old, but he already showed enormous talent. He scored 6 goals in the tournament, including 2 in the final against Sweden, which Brazil won 5-2 to claim its first world title. At the 1962 World Cup in Chile, Pelé suffered an injury in Brazil's second game of the tournament, and was forced to miss the remainder of the competition. However, even without its biggest star, Brazil managed to win the competition for the second consecutive time. In the 1966 World Cup, in England, Pelé faced difficulties, suffering from injuries and the strong marking of opponents. Brazil ended up being eliminated in the quarterfinals, but Pelé still scored 4 goals in the tournament. In 1970, in Mexico, Pelé led one of the best football teams of all time. He scored 4 goals in the tournament, including one of the most famous in World Cup history, in a collective move that is still remembered today. Brazil won its 3rd world title, and Pelé became the first player to win 3 World Cups. Pelé finished his World Cup career with 12 goals scored in 14 games played, a record that was only broken in 2006 by Miroslav Klose. Pelé is widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time, and his performances in World Cups certainly contribute to that reputation. Lionel Messi is one of the greatest footballers in history, but his run at the World Cups is one of the few blemishes on his resume. Messi played in his first World Cup in 2006 in Germany, as a young 18-year-old. He played in just 1 game in that tournament and didn't score a single goal. In the 2010 World Cup, held in South Africa, Messi scored his first goal in World Cups in a game against Nigeria. He scored 1 more goal in the tournament, but Argentina ended up being eliminated in the quarterfinals by Germany. At the 2014 World Cup, held in Brazil, Messi was one of the highlights of the tournament. He scored 4 goals and provided an assist, leading Argentina to the final of the tournament. However, in the final against Germany, Messi failed to shine and Argentina ended up losing 1-0 in extra time. At the 2018 World Cup, held in Russia, Messi again failed to take Argentina very far. He scored just 1 goal in the tournament, and Argentina ended up being eliminated in the round of 16 by France. But after 16 years, Messi finally reached the top with Argentina's conquest of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And he did it as usual, with great performances and decisive goals. Just Fontaine is a former French footballer who is best known for his performance at the 1958 World Cup in Sweden. In that tournament, he set a record that still stands today, scoring 13 goals in 6 games. Fontaine began his career in French football, playing for Nice and Stade de Reims. He was called up to the France squad for the 1958 World Cup, and his performance at the tournament was nothing short of exceptional. He scored a hat-trick in a 7-3 win over Paraguay in the group stage, and then scored 4 more goals in a 6-3 win over West Germany in the quarterfinals. In the semifinal against Brazil, Fontaine scored 2 more goals, but France ended up losing 5-2. He scored his 13th and final goal of the 1958 World Cup in the third-place match, in a 6-3 victory over Occidental Germany. Fontaine ended his international career after the 1958 World Cup, having scored a total of 30 goals in 21 appearances for France. He is considered one of the greatest scorers in World Cup history, and his record of 13 goals in a single edition of the tournament has yet to be broken. Gerd Müller is a former German footballer who is considered one of the greatest scorers in World Cup history. He played in 2 World Cups for the German national team, winning the title in 1974 and finishing as runners-up in 1966. Müller made his World Cup debut in 1966 in England. He scored 4 goals over the course of the tournament, including 2 in a 5-0 win over Switzerland in the group stage. However, Germany ended up losing the final to hosts England 4-2. At the 1970 World Cup held in Mexico, Müller performed even better. He scored 10 goals over the course of the tournament, including 2 in a 3-1 win over England in the quarterfinals, and 2 in a 4-3 win over Italy in the semifinals. However, Germany ended up losing the final to Brazil 4-1. At the 1974 World Cup, held in Germany, Müller was again instrumental in the German national team. He scored 4 goals throughout the tournament, including the winning goal in the final against the Netherlands, which Germany won 2-1. Müller finished top scorer at the 1974 World Cup and helped Germany to its 2nd world title. Müller was a very skilled striker, who stood out for his accuracy in finishing and his ability to score goals in unlikely plays. He had an impressive eye for goal, and was always in the right place at the right time. Müller is considered one of the greatest scorers in the history of football, and one of the most important players in the history of the German national team. Ronaldo Luis Nazario de Lima, also known as Ronaldo Fenomeno, is a former Brazilian footballer who is considered one of the greatest strikers in the history of the sport. He played in 4 World Cups for Brazil, winning the title in 1994 and 2002 and finishing as runners-up in 1998. The first time Ronaldo played in a World Cup was in 1994, in the United States, when he was just 17 years old. He didn't play much in the tournament, but ended up winning his first world title with the Brazilian national team. At the 1998 World Cup held in France, Ronaldo performed amazingly. He scored 4 goals over the course of the tournament, including 2 in a 3-0 win over Denmark in the quarterfinals. However, Brazil ended up losing the final to France 3-0, in a match that was marked by the strange seizure that Ronaldo suffered hours before the match. At the 2002 World Cup, held in Japan and South Korea, Ronaldo was even more impressive. He scored 8 goals throughout the tournament, including 2 in the final against Germany, which Brazil won 2-0. Ronaldo was named Best Player and finished as the tournament's top scorer, being instrumental in winning Brazil's 5th championship. At the 2006 World Cup held in Germany, Ronaldo scored 3 more goals, taking his total World Cup goals to 15, a record that would be broken by Miroslav Klose in 2014. Ronaldo Fenomeno is considered one of the greatest players in the history of World Cups, and one of the greatest strikers of all time. He had a unique combination of power, speed, skill and finishing accuracy that made him a constant threat to any defense. Miroslav Klose is a former German footballer who is widely considered to be one of the greatest goal scorers in World Cup history. He has played in 4 World Cups for Germany, winning the title in 2014 and finishing as runners-up in 2002. Klose made his World Cup debut in 2002 in Japan and South Korea. He scored 5 goals over the course of the tournament, including 2 in an 8-0 win over Saudi Arabia in the round of 16. He also scored in the final against Brazil, but Germany ended up losing 2-0. At the 2006 World Cup held in Germany, Klose was even more impressive. He scored 5 goals in the tournament, including 2 in a 2-0 win over Ecuador in the round of 16, and 2 in a 3-1 win over Portugal in the semifinals. He finished as the tournament's top scorer and helped Germany reach the final, where they lost to Italy 2-0. At the 2010 World Cup, held in South Africa, Klose scored 4 goals, including 1 in the semifinal against Spain, which they ended up winning 1-0. At the 2014 World Cup, held in Brazil, Klose scored 2 more goals, taking his total World Cup goals to 16, an all-time record that is yet to be surpassed. Klose is widely regarded as one of the greatest goal scorers in World Cup history, and one of the most important players in the German national team over the last decade. He was a very intelligent, skillful striker with a great presence in the area, who was always there when Germany needed him in the most important moments.